There we go. We are recording.
Oh, we are.
Yes.
Welcome to the VAU mic check.
Stop that.
That's my Batman. Welcome to the VAU mic check. Where are the other trucks going?
That was great.
I am so going to love these Saturdays.
Well, it's about to change. This is our announcement. And here is the announcement. Saturday is changing to Monday. Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which means that anybody who has been excessively busy on a Saturday, and I know a lot of us have been, will actually be able to make the mic check.
Monday.
Yes. Starting Monday, May 8th. Yeah, I bumped it to May 8th. But starting Monday, May 8th, we will be starting up the mic check anew. It will be fresh, new, exciting, and at a better hour.
Be fresh, new, exciting, and new.
Say goodbye to the West Coasters.
Hey, I'm a West Coaster.
Are you?
Yes. Right smack dab in the middle of Orange County. Well, North Orange County. No,
Well,
yeah.
I'd keep that to myself.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not necessarily proud of it, but you know what? I'm up here, and it's a great market for voiceover. That's all that matters.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm paying attention to. That's all I care about.
Okay.
All right. Well.
Yes. And with that aside,
He doesn't like looking at me.
I have shared the copy. Well, we've been kind of on audio-only things since Google+. It's
Okay.
something we slid into doing. It kind of helps with everybody's bandwidth in a way.
Yeah, it definitely helped out with a lot of the connectivity issues we've had in the past.
Yeah. I mean, Zoom handles it a little bit better, but still, it's just kind of this thing we've got into. But
Yeah.
hey,
So if you're trying to connect off the McDonald's Wi-Fi, you might want to, go ahead and turn off your video. It'll really help out.
oh, and it has happened.
I can see a guy sitting in McDonald's going, in a world.
I have, actually.
I can't hear anybody right now.
In a world where I cannot find my fries.
Yeah, well, see, drive-thrus are great for practice.
I'd like 2 number 9s, a number 9 large.
Then I pull up, and it's like, you remind me of Robin Williams. Thank you very much. That is a massive compliment coming to me. That's...
Alrighty then. So, are we going to do the whole official announcement, or like the whole official open sort of thing, and start from there, or are we just going to do this whole impromptu thing, which I'm totally cool with? I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I think today we'll just go impromptu.
Impromptu. Okay.
Impromptu.
Well, everybody, Monday is the new mic check day. Although I realize now we're probably going to have to, contend just a little bit with Monday Night Football, but
Monday.
Holy crap. Nice.
Well, it won't be too bad, considering we're coming through the summer with this new start, so we don't have to deal with too much sportsy stuff going on.
Well,
And
okay.
I'm sure everybody is willing to miss an episode of Gotham to actually hone their career and make things better for themselves.
You mean Gotham?
Yes.
I swear I can never see it the same way anymore.
Gotham.
Yeah, with the letters all splayed out the way they are, it's just too easy to read it as Gotham.
On the next Gotham.
Okay. So,
This
this fun little script for Benjamin Moore that Nathan has so lovingly provided. Do we have a volunteer for anybody to go first? And I don't know why I'm asking, because it's Nathan's turn to go ahead and host this one. Or at least to take over for most of it.
It's been a couple weeks.
It really has not. Wow. Yeah. Saturdays are definitely, a great change here.
Yes. Okay. Well, you know what? I will go first with this.
All right, Nathan. Whenever you're ready, let's hear it.
There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks, and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
All right. Opening it up. What'd y'all think?
I thought, well, I'm a little green on there, so I probably don't listen to anything that I say, but it sounded a little limp.
Actually, I'd have to agree. There were some of the emotional points in there that you sort of brushed over, weren't quite hit.
Yeah.
For instance, the second sentence, maybe it's ruby as in slippers. At that point, because this is definitely written as a TV script. I'm sure at that point it's going to show something like maybe a couple, in front of that paint selection wall where you look at all of the, different paint swatches, picking up that particular one that has the ruby on there. And I would think that sentence is sort of more of like a suggestion, like at random they picked it up and you're kind of going along with the ideas. So maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. You got the arms shrugged while you're saying it. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks, and there's no place like it.
Okay. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks, and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
Oh, yeah, I'm touching myself.
Is somebody's computer freaking out in the background? Am I not the only one hearing that?
Let me turn my volume down. You tell me if it's me. It's down. Was it me?
Well, it's done now. I have no idea what it is. No, it ended a little bit after you.
As long as it's not me, I'm cool.
No, you're good. You're good.
I will mute me just to see, but I shouldn't be hearing any computer noises at all in here.
I wasn't hearing anything.
Well, now that he muted himself, I'm definitely not hearing what I was hearing before.
Okay,
it's kind of like construction
or still hearing it?
I'm hearing it again now, yeah. Yeah, it sounds like machinery in the distance or
my air conditioner.
Aha.
That's what it is. I noticed when I kicked up my gain just a little bit, there was that nice rumble.
Yeah,
yeah, it's because of my air conditioner. But
we have found the culprit.
Yeah, just a little bit of that in the background. I usually turn it off when I'm in the middle of a session, so I don't have that hum. Because I've repositioned everything in here, and I've added bass traps, and I've added more cushion to underneath the desk to keep out any excess noises from coming through there. So this room is treated.
Well, going back to the performance.
Okay.
I noticed you slipped in a little bit of a laugh. Try not to do that.
Okay.
Because that comes off as nervous. That makes you feel more nervous than you probably, want to feel, especially in this particular script.
Just to get back on that, where was that? Just so I can. Or was it just how I started it out?
Slippers, I think.
Yeah, it was on slippers.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like a little almost laugh on top of what you were saying when you moved into the second half of the second sentence, as in slippers.
I think I moved into a smile, and that's what watching my adjustment there. Okay. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks, and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
Better.
Okay. Well, what still kind of sounds off to you?
He turned off the life in a little bit on this one. He went half-mast with it as far as at least how it struck me on the last read before this one. But I like this one. Of course, again, I'm inexperienced, so I'm probably not, I should probably say nothing.
Well, here, let me put this out there for right now. We got the disclaimer the first time. We know you're not super experienced. That's totally okay. Part of the exercise of putting in your input is considering yourself how you would change the read. It's really putting thought into what you would do differently as well that could help you in your read.
Well, you'll just have to wait till I read it.
Well, still, that's part of the exercise is when you think about how you want to critique it or how it's supposed to sound, or how you think it's supposed to sound in your own mind, it'll help you formulate what your performance is going to be.
Okay.
But here, Nathan, here's an idea. Have you ever had it where you're discussing with, like, you're talking with a friend or your wife or somebody really close, and you have this idea that sort of comes to you, and then you just sort of kind of make it work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're maybe you're hanging out with a friend or something, and they don't know what they want to do, or they don't know what's going on or with another friend or something like that, and you're like, hey, well, why don't we just go and do this? Yeah, it'd be great, because then we can hit up all the rides, we can there's this restaurant nearby, things like that. You know what I mean? Like, you come up with an idea and then you just start making it work all together. Like, you start coming up with this whole plan that sort of fits together.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of feel that this particular script has. Like, because with maybe, obviously maybe is a suggestion. So what I'm thinking is, like, the whole idea behind it is this couple or whatever sort of finds this color, ruby, and then you as the announcer just sort of goes with it and you make the whole thing work.
Yeah.
Give that read a try.
There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks, and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
The feel I got is instead of him telling me, instead of him selling me, he was telling me. It was more conversational. I like that one a hell of a lot better.
It's really starting to come together now.
It is.
My last little bit of nitpicky direction would be when you go into maybe it's ruby as in slippers. I think the as in slippers should be like a light turns on sort of moment. Maybe it's ruby as in slippers. Like, oh yeah, kind of like, yeah. Whenever you're ready, go for it.
Okay. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks, and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
Nice.
How did that feel to you, Nathan?
That felt really good.
Well, that was definitely your best read so far.
And I did not slide into my slight southern accent when I hit Benjamin Moore. I thought that the first 2 times.
Benjamin Moore.
Benjamin Moore.
Throw in a y'all and you got it made.
Living in the South has its benefits and it has its drawbacks. And when you're an absorber like I am, you pick up on that southern accent, and it's like one of those things.
What he meant was southern drawbacks.
Working, yeah.
Southern.
I had to work to shake it just a shade every once in a while. I was in a session with a coaching session with this guy, and he's like, you really have this slight southern drawl thing going on. It's like, well, yeah, coming from California, you would catch that.
Yeah.
First thing out of my mouth would have been, hell, you say.
Yeah, well, being that I'm married to a woman from Kentucky, going to show up every once in a while.
Well, you're also in Tennessee. That's a contributing factor as well, right?
Big contributing factor. Okay, anyway, back to this. Yes, it felt great.
I got that.
Bringing us back around to the copy we are reading at hand. Yes.
Just a moment, please. Sorry about that. Random taste test.
A random taste test.
Yeah, my wife made a smoothie. She wanted to show it off, so, I had to step out for just a moment to give it a try.
So, did you like the taste of smoothie A or smoothie B?
No, it was good. It was definitely good.
Which one was more smoothie?
Which one was smoother?
Yes. Today, this mic check has gone off the rails.
Well, you got to have fun every once in a while. Anyway, so who would like to go next?
What the hell? I'll give it a shot.
All right. Whenever you're ready, from the top.
There's a color for the things excuse me. It's not plural. It's one thing. Sorry. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and it was so good in my head. All right, I'm going to start over. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire. To be where you truly belong. For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. This color, it's the color. I'm a little nervous.
Do you want to?
It's the color of being. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
Okay, just take your time and breathe. Use a little tiny little breathing exercise.
I'm vibrating.
And I mean, your sound is terrific. Okay, and you've got something to lend to this piece of copy. You really do. Okay, and so just breathe a little bit, and then relax your way into it.
What he's saying is, you got this.
Yeah, we're not standing here with barbed wire wrapped baseball bats going, you better get this thing now. Lauren knows how to get stuff done.
Nah, I'm really scared. All I can see is Negan.
Okay, so none of that's going on. All you have to do is just breathe and relax your way into it, okay?
Mm-hmm. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
Nice job on the tagline.
Okay.
Maybe you need to button it up a little bit more, but that was really good. You see, it had a better feel when you relaxed your way into it. Did it feel better to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've never, ever was good at cold reading. You know, you give me a copy, I got to sit outside with a cigarette and read it like 9 times. And then I get in front of the microphone and it's like, yeah, forget about it.
Yeah, give it a little rehearsal and then take your adjustments from there. You know, a lot of times, I mean, it doesn't happen frequently. It has happened to me a couple of times where it's like, you have 30 minutes to get this copy. You know? So it's, you know, like I said, it doesn't happen too often. It happened to me with a couple of promos, but you just you have to kind of just breathe your way through it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing, and I tell pretty much everybody that comes in here this, these are your words and your thoughts, all right? When you're lifting them off the page, this is becoming Lauren Gursky's thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's your thoughts, your opinions, and it's the only thing that counts at that moment.
Okay.
You know, even if you're cold reading it, you know, and you give it enough time to give it, you know, you can read it through at least once or twice, you know, depending on how, you know, where you're at. And then just let it sink in that this is your thoughts, your opinions, and work at it like you're just conveying your own thoughts.
Just be you.
Yeah.
All right. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything else that matters, for everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, and then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
Okay, on deep, rich, enduring color. You kind of
Too fast?
that line.
Actually, yeah. I don't think so. I think that was. I think that line was well paced. What I've noticed is that in the second sentence, maybe it's ruby as in slippers, and in the last one before the tagline, there's this funny little thing that you do with the comma. After the comma, everything else has a completely different energy. So you're going along at like this regular mid-pace, like middle energy, just this sort of conversational, like normal read.
Are you referring to deep, rich, enduring?
No. I'm talking about maybe it's ruby, as in slippers.
Oh, okay.
And it's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. What you do is you completely change the energy after the comma. You go into this place that's way high into the stratosphere. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. Is the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I get it.
Like it breaks the continuity of your read. Because you do have a good energy going in. There's a color for everything everyone wants most. You know, that sentence, you do have a good lead in there. And then you start off the next sentence, you know, really well. Maybe it's ruby. And then, yeah, as soon as the comma hits, bam, you're into the stratosphere with your energy. As in slippers. It totally breaks it.
Okay. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3
and
clicks.
There you go. You did it again.
Well, I remembered you say earlier, you know, like you just thought of it, you know?
Yeah, but what you're doing is more of like the excited kid. I just thought of it. What I'm thinking of is more like the shrugging shoulders, like, hey, maybe it's Ruby, as in slippers.
Okay.
Maybe it's Ruby, as in slippers. You know, or what do you know? Look at that. I just did that. No, it's like you're offering the suggestion rather than just coming up with it on the spot.
All right. There's a color for it. Excuse me. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's Ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. The color of the heart's deepest desire. To be true, to be where you truly belong. For everything else that matters, there's a deep, rich, endearing color. The color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore. Come on, that was a little different.
It was. The emphasis on the last sentence, last full sentence before the tagline, should be on finally. So you still did the energy jump.
Where?
Right there at the last one. Then finally coming home.
I guess in my back of my head, I was like, I'm finally done.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, you're performing all the way through it, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Yeah. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home.
That's even better.
You know,
I like that one, yeah.
you kind of want to put the negative feel on gone a little too long, and then finally is where you unwrap the whole, like that's where you're pulling off all, you know, from a long trip, you're coming back inside and you're like wearing, you know, 3 sets of jackets because you couldn't fit it all into the carry-on luggage, and you know, you're dragging behind you all of your stuff, and you've got a backpack on, you've got a bag full of random crap that you bought while you were away, and you would just walk through the front door of your home and you just drop it all, you know?
Right.
It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. What we want to have is that palpable sense of release, you know, at the end, that sort of like, oh, I'm here, you know?
All right.
So that's the feel that you should be going for that last sentence. You did great with the slipper sentence. You really did. You took the direction well. It felt more cohesive, more coherent, more more believable, more in the right energy tone. Now we just need to work on that last one.
All right. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's Ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. The color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything else that matters, there's a deep, rich, endearing color. The color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
Yeah, you skipped "it's," but that's okay. It still sounded pretty good.
It had a good storyteller tone to it.
Yeah. You were closer to the whole story of the piece. Yeah.
All right.
Why don't you go ahead and give it one more read?
All right. There's a excuse me. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's Ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything else that matters, there's a deep, rich, endearing color. The color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
You slipped back a little bit into your previous reads on that last one.
Damn it.
That's all right. It's all right. You did great all the way up until the last sentence.
Again. It's that finally thing. I'm finally done.
Yeah. The emphasis needs to be on that, on finally.
You got to eliminate the I need to get through this mindset.
I wasn't, though.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was just like slightly subconscious there. So, because you were saying that I'm finally done with this. It's like, oh, no.
Well, I was guessing as to why I rushed through it. I'm thinking maybe I, like you said, subconsciously. Oh, good, it's over.
Yeah, the best way to defeat that, though, is to really try to be mindful of the performance, of the story itself. Like, think about what story am I telling? Like, what's going on in the background that I'm accompanying?
Right. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything else that matters, there's a deep, rich, endearing color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
That was a great read.
That was.
Except you added in else after everything.
Yeah, I was going to say you ad-libbed one word in there.
Did I? Where?
Yeah, you said for everything else that matters.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's MasterCard.
It should say that, though. Because it adds to the flow. And honestly, if I was having a conversation with somebody, I'd probably end up saying that anyway.
But it doesn't actually add to the story.
Yeah.
Because the story is that there's a color for every particular thing in your life that's important to you.
Yeah. And if you're like saying everything else that matters, it's like, okay, then something in here doesn't matter. Yeah.
All right.
Changes the thinking of the listener completely.
Yeah. You go from talking specifically about this color and about its application to just in general for everything that matters. Your home matters, your car matters, your family matters, your pets matter. All of them have different colors associated with them.
I mean, I can literally picture the thing you're referencing here is like, okay, well, we said at the couple, they're picking out paint, but I mean, you see different scenery happening with each one of these things. Because it's like, okay, maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. So you've got some kid that really loves Wizard of Oz, Yeah. And she's intent on having that ruby red on her walls. Why, I don't know, but kids can be. It's like, I want that, and they show a pair of ruby slippers or, something to match what's going on, what you're saying, and then, of course, the finally coming home thing, I literally keep picturing a guy coming home from being overseas.
Yeah, no, you really do deliver that line well when you do deliver it well. Like when you're on it, you're on it.
Okay.
So don't even worry about it. Do what you've done before. Let's just give it one more take. Don't worry about any other further directions. Just give it one more take. Stick with the story. Stick with the words. You've got this.
All right. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything else that matters, there's a deep, rich, endearing color.
All right, back up. You did it again. For everything else that matters. It's just for everything that matters.
For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, endearing color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Okay. That was good.
We'll just fix the flub in editing.
Yeah. We'll drop the else and we're good.
I want to get one of them clicker things. There's this thing that makes a loud click noise, so that when you make a mistake, you just make you hit that click thing, so it tells you, oh yeah, that was your mistake.
Well, while that might help you train a dog, what you don't want to do is put any emphasis or focus on the mistake.
Yeah.
So with getting something like that, you'd be basically telling yourself that, oh, I'm only going to highlight my mistakes.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that unless I was actually editing it myself. Because, like you heard me.
No, that was for editing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's say you made a mistake, you just hit a click and you reread your line the right way and then continue on. And then that way, when you go back and edit, you can find it by finding the click.
Yeah. That's why you heard me snap my fingers, because I've got myself into the habit of, if I catch myself.
Everybody's
I'll
got
do
their
that and then
thing.
make
One
my
was a
pickup.
click. Yours is a snap of a finger. Everyone's got their, yeah. Otherwise, you're going to sit there and have to listen to every word till you realize, oh, yeah, that was the mistake.
Well, I've done some seriously long copy in recent months, and it really helps me to find those places where it's like, okay, I got to take it from here to here and remove this and put in the part that where I did the line the right way, that sort of thing.
Well, I mean,
place.
Yeah, if it's long copy, you can go ahead and you can clap, you can snap your fingers, you can do whatever you want to bridge the editing together. But when it's something short like this, you really just want to get one clean take.
Yeah.
You want to spend your time that you would be spending with the other longer script going through the whole thing. On this one, you want to spend that same amount of time just taking it again and again until you can get through the whole thing. So you have one solid take that it sounds more natural, it sounds more flowing, it sounds more you, and you want to send that. You don't want to do a Franken take, because I've done that mistake in the past, and boy, is it a disaster. You don't want to do a Franken take where you like literally pick and choose the best pieces and parts of the other takes that you liked and snip them all together in post, because then that's the surefire way of telling an agent, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes. It really
that, and there's like several different U's instead of just one U.
Exactly.
So I've had to do that. I've actually had to do that. What I would do is I'd back up like 8, 10 words and actually hit the record button and listen to my voice, myself talking, and I just go right along with it after that. And it's not, I won't say I'm always successful, but it helps.
Yeah, well, it's definitely good for one of those kinds of projects that you have to, that you're spending several days on, that you have to come back and pick up.
Yeah.
But yeah, for a small commercial script like this, it's best to reread it again and again until you can get through it in one clean, continuous take.
Right on.
So, but yeah, instead of buying a clicker, you can just go ahead and snap your fingers.
Yeah.
Or clap.
Yell an expletive.
Yeah. Yell an expletive really, really loud directly into the microphone.
Right.
But anyway, no,
next.
That last read was great.
Thank you, sir.
Congrats.
Yes.
Yes, is there anyone else? Is there no one else?
There is Takia, and there is you.
Well, I volunteered to go next, because if I don't go next, then we might never get through this.
All right.
Yeah.
Go for it. Are you there?
Yes. Every time I switch from Zoom to Google Docs, it keeps my script disappears on me. So. And I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah, it's a little more complicated with mobile devices sometimes.
Yeah. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, and then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
All right. The only thing that I noticed is you added an "and" at the very, after the comma on the last sentence.
Oh,
There's no
okay.
"and" there. It's the
Okay.
color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home.
Oh. Oh, yeah, I see what I did. Okay. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. It's the color of heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
All right. Well, I thought that was a pretty good read.
That was a good read.
Awesome.
Have you
Thanks.
been practicing on your own?
Um, uh, sort of. I mean, like when I play my game that I like to play, I kind of read the dialogue, or sometimes, well, I guess I'm known to do this out in, well, not in public, but
All right, we are doing another candy raffle. We're looking for ticket number 654. If you are holding ticket number 654, come on up and get your candy.
We're going to cut that out in post, right?
I've got the ticket. I've got the ticket. I want my candy.
sorry, I'm at the bowling alley. So I'm actually on the other side of the bowling alley, so it's completely deserted over here.
Don't worry, I'll take it out in
So-
post.
So I kind of came over here to try to get away from that, but nope, didn't escape from it. So, but back to what I was saying. Well, when I play the games that I like to play online, I sometimes read the dialogue, and then two, I'm known for this a lot. I like to have like conversations with myself a lot, so I guess that kind of helps, but well, it doesn't help too much because I'm not reading anything. I'm just talking to myself a lot. So, yeah.
That could give you, well, I mean, that could give you good insights on characters and making your own. But yeah, it'd be really important to keep up on, to find opportunities to read aloud.
Yeah, every opportunity you can get. I mean, you watching anime, watch the subs and then just do the characters, and there's all that debate over subs and dubs, but subs have a good benefit to us who are practicing voice acting. So
yeah,
I do that a lot. I'll read the subtitles in character. I'll just pick out a character and I'll just read his lines as we're watching the show. And Rhonda will sometimes be like, yeah, I think he sounds a little bit more like, and she'll just like give me an adjustment while I'm working. But it really helps, though, And of course, then there's picking up the cereal boxes and reading off of them when you're in the grocery store, or anything else you happen to be reading off of. It helps you to stay in practice. And number two, it helps to build your confidence, because when you're in a public place doing it, somebody's looking. And the thing of it is, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm a performer and you are my audience, whether you like it or not.
All right, we're about to raffle off.
Well, whatever it is, I want it. Over here, I've got the ticket.
A new car.
I've been reading my favorite book series by my favorite author, which has a selection of characters from all over the fantasy realm that I've been reading aloud and voicing these different characters in these various accents. So Well, you should try finding a book that you really like, or a series that you really like, and reading that aloud, practicing with that.
Oh, okay.
It's very good for learning. Oh God, I was sitting here thinking of reading titles from a Russian character on a show the other day. It's like you have to go get him. I was just like, well, of course I've been playing with like multiple accents today. I started out this morning talking like this. You can't stay off my lawn, why don't you?
But yeah, it's always good to find something that you enjoy, and to find a book you enjoy and try reading it aloud. Because like I said, I'm not really all that comfortable with characters, but when I have to force myself to talk like a dwarf, oh boy, you better believe that it's much easier in a story.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, so I will try to do that more often. Yeah.
Again, if you want to be a voice actor, there's never too much reading.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But other than that, Takia, you did a great job.
Yes.
Once again, just keep up the reading.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And you're becoming a wonderful actor, okay? You're actually,
Mm-hmm.
your confidence was high on this,
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah,
tacked
but
it, you took the adjustments, and you just went with it.
oh yeah. One other thing about the reading part. When I was younger, I used to be a avid reader, very good. But now that I don't read as much as I used to, I feel like I kind of lost a little of that spark, and the fact that I may come across the words that I might not understand, and sometimes it's kind of difficult to sound it out. So yeah, that's kind of another thing that I struggle with.
It helps if you picture a friend too. Like when I was reading, I was picturing one of my best friends, and I was like telling him about the colors and stuff.
Yeah. And when it comes to the words, best thing is it's just like, okay, well, I have a second here. Let me go on Google and search up said word and see if I can find the pronunciation for it. And it's just kind of help yourself along with that.
Oh, okay.
Big words are good. Points of struggle are good, because when you're struggling with something, that means that there's something you've got to learn.
Yeah.
And if you get through it, you've learned it.
Play with tongue twisters every once in a
All
while.
right, we're doing
That will
another
help.
candy raffle, so everybody take a look.
I want that candy.
I say leave it in. It's entertaining.
The VAU mic check plus the candy raffle.
Yeah.
We are not giving away candy on the mic check.
Yeah.
Little disclaimer there.
Yeah, a little disclaimer. The VAU mic check is not making any promises or solicitation for entries for candy.
Disclaimer time.
Same goes for Voice Artists United in general.
Yeah. Oh man. But anyway. Yeah, just try to find something simple, something easy that you love reading, and get back to it. You never know what you might find.
And now it's Michael's turn.
It is my turn. All right. There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
Frickin' show off.
He took his own direction. That was very good.
Well, you know what he told all of us and applied it to himself.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
It was.
But this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Going ahead and actually giving the critiques, because when you formulate it in your own mind, all you're doing is helping your own performance.
Yeah. it helps you also with that thing that, and most of us have to deal with it all the time because of doing this from home, is self-direction. You know, and that's exactly where Michael went. Was it's like everything that he was doing is it leaned over into giving himself the right direction for how he was going to do this.
I can't tell you how many times I've had to re-record stuff because I'll listen to it and go, "Oh, that sucked."
Yeah. That's the thing of it is that fine line between self-direction and self-criticism is saying, okay, now me, I'm a perfectionist, okay, and I have had to learn to kill that perfectionist in me every time I walk into this booth, because yes, I want my sound to be right, I want my read to be good. You know,
Yeah.
and I want an excessively healthy take, but I've got to learn to leave the perfectionism at the door, because if I don't, I will take what may be a really good read and demolish it with overthinking. You know,
I got a neat idea. Hey, Takia, I don't know if you're listening, but if you're still listening, you know, when you talk over the microphone over there at work, yeah, act like a voice artist there too. Don't turn it off. Don't turn it off.
Okay.
You know, convey. I love this chick. I love it. It's great.
I don't want to get out of here. I don't even want to be here.
Oh, that's so obvious. When we hear you talking over that mic on the other side, it's like, yeah, you get your ass up here and take this prize. Leave me alone.
But
not ass, but. That's too late. I already said it.
yeah, well, it's all right. We can bleep it in post. I think it'll be more entertaining if we just have a random bleep in there.
Yeah. But I understand what you're saying though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'll try that too.
Taking the discussion back a little bit, back to self-direction. Good self-direction is not necessarily just giving yourself a direction and then, or giving yourself direction and then sticking to it. I mean, every director should be focused on the main message of the story. Like that's their point, is to keep the actor, to keep everybody on message. So good self-direction starts with picking apart the script and really getting into what the story of the script is. What is it trying to get to? What is it trying to tell? Why am I talking about ruby slippers and ending up, and ending off with finally coming home? Like, what's the whole point of that? So looking at the script in depth, like, why am I going from A to B to C to D? Like, what is the whole point? What is the actual story of the script itself? Well, that's more important to have when it comes to self-direction than just being able to give yourself, okay, well, try this a little bit differently, try it like this, and then actually doing it like that. So, good self-direction starts with pulling apart the story. It starts with knowing the direction you're going in, first of all.
Yes.
So, my second tip is to always make sure that you're trying to find the story in every script. Otherwise, it's just a word, or otherwise it's just a collection of words, and you'll I guarantee you'll slip into VO voice at that point.
Yeah.
Like, you'll slip into this monotonous or automatic read that doesn't sound very authentic. And
I was going to say bland, yeah.
The dreaded IVR style.
There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. It's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
Ball too low on the outside.
That went a little bit into the 1940s, 50s style read.
There's a color for this thing. Dang it, let me try that from the beginning.
Literally,
There's a color for the thing everyone wants most. Maybe it's ruby, as in slippers. 3 clicks and there's no place like it. That's the color of the heart's deepest desire, to be where you truly belong. For everything that matters, there's a deep, rich, enduring color. It's the color of being gone a little too long, then finally coming home. Benjamin Moore.
yeah, that's that thing. It's like the Colgate tooth powder commercial on the Mel Blanc show. I listened to these. I found the Mel Blanc show online, every single episode from 1946 to 1947, and they left the commercials in.
Oh,
So
man.
you want some serious, awesome nostalgia voice acting lessons? Not only do you get to hear Mel Blanc, but you get to hear, a plethora of everybody else that has ever been in cartoons.
Oh my God, a whole show of him?
Yes, it was called the Mel Blanc Show. It aired in 1946 and 1947 on the radio, and it's been made available on the internet. So,
YouTube?
actually, it's downloadable from Internet Archive. So, I've got every single one of them, and it's like I go back and listen, and he even created this character that sounds like Porky Pig, but it's a different character. And I mean, I picture Porky Pig every time he does it.
So in this day and age, it's become the Mel Blanc podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it is just, but for us as voice actors, it's awesome to listen to because there's a lot you can learn from it. You know, one is just the way they handle being on mic and the way that it comes across. And I mean, listen to the commercials because you'll notice the change in how commercials sound then versus how they've evolved and developed over time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like he had just done this Benjamin Moore spot, you know, it would have sounded like that, you know, 60 years ago.
Yeah, I tried to channel my inner 40s radio announcer.
I actually did an audition for a spot where they wanted you to sound like that.
Oh, come on. You could have emailed me. Come on.
Oh, come on, man.
This was a couple months ago. So
Oh, come on. Even worse.
it's like they wanted you to sound just like that. And the thing of it is they had that newsreel feel to it. So it's like that was one of my favorite things to watch as a kid was they would play those on between the old movies on a particular TV channel in Florida. And so I would sit there and just like soak it up listening to the guy. There's the color for everything, you know, for the thing everyone wants most. I've even got my hand on the side of my headphone for that one.
Well, anyway, let's get ourselves on topic again, shall we?
Oh, yes.
Topic of the script at hand.
Now I have something to say. I
Okay.
cannot no longer see the script, and even though I can go to the chat and just simply click on the link, it does exactly what had happened, and I'll explain what had happened. When she could not see the script, I was going to be the nice guy, copy, and paste it into the chat. But I didn't hit copy by mistakenly. I hit paste, which was the Zoom thing, and now every time I click on the link, that's all I see is the stupid Zoom thing I put on there.
Oh, boy.
So how can I rectify this?
Hang on, let me see if I can fix that from here.
Well, Zoom is
From
definitely
now on,
better
you're
than
on your own, lady.
Disappearing scripts.
Zoom is definitely better for connectivity, but you know it's still got a few hitches here or there.
No, I'm saying I click on the link, and when the link opens up, it opens up to exactly what I did last.
Okay, let's see. I'm in Google Docs now, and oh my.
Uh-oh. Is it gone?
The copy is gone. I can fix that.
Oh, I screwed it for every. Oh, I'm sorry, man.
The copy is gone.
It's okay.
boy.
God help me if Chris listens to this podcast.
He was just on a few seconds ago, just or a few little while ago, just
Don't bring him in here.
Hey, Nathan, I think in the future you should just have it read only.
Yeah. I made that little adjustment because I was concerned nobody was going to be able to actually copy it out of here.
Listen, if the copy's small enough, just put it in the chat instead of a link.
Oh, I am in the wrong place.
Well, we've done that before, and it's been lost in the mix a little too easily at times.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Believe me, we're coming up with as many creative solutions to the interesting little problems we come up against all the time. But anyway, voiceover.
In translation is, yes, Guy, this ain't our first rodeo.
Hey, I'm just trying to be diplomatic about it, okay?
Be as nice as you can. I read right through it, pal.
Hey, as long as you get the message, that's all that matters.
It's all good, buddy. It's all
But
good.
anyway, so yes.
So anyway.
Always make sure that you're practicing reading aloud wherever possible. It'll always help you, period. The other thing, when it comes to self-direction, good self-direction starts with understanding where the script is going, why you're going from talking about what everyone wants most to Ruby Slippers to the Heart's Desire to finally coming home. Like, what's the whole point of the story? Understanding that will help you stay on message, because after every time you record and you listen back, you can keep asking yourself, okay, am I actually portraying the message that I want to?
Right.
And that's really the main important things that I think we covered in this mic check is just make sure you practice reading aloud, especially with difficult things, because if you can get through those, you've learned a lot more than you ever knew before.
And is that at me or both of us?
That's it, everybody.
That's
okay.
everybody.
It's at me too.
Right.
I mean, I'm just going back and reading things that I've already read before, but I really should branch out into something totally different. And that's just on my personal time. But yeah, it's always important for everybody, and I am reminding myself of this too because I'd forgotten it recently, that whenever it's you alone, you have an audition, you have a script, and you want to get the gig, you have to know where the script is going. You have to know what it's trying to say, what the ultimate end point is, and why we're leading up to it. And always have that in mind when you're performing.
There's like a feel, too. You're looking for the feel of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can. Sorry, hang on.
Right on.
Oh.
Well, I'm an old musician, so that's why I
There we
use that reference. God bless you.
Well, that's the
Thank you.
thing. You know, every piece of copy has a musicality to it.
It does.
You know?
It does.
And being a musician, that will help you a lot.
But if it can, if it'll help you out, and I'm sure it will, if you can print off your copy, use the blank area on the paper, because I guarantee you there's going to be plenty of it, to write in the different feel, the emphasis you want on different places for that feel. Make sure to use a pencil so that you can always go back and erase and redo your emphases and your feels and the whole point of the story. Make sure that you have also on the paper a general condensed version of what the story is, of what you're really trying to go for. Like if you can take the whole journey and condense it into 1 or 2 sentences, write that down so you know what you're doing. That way, when you have to stop and you have to re-record, you always have that reference point of, okay, this is the ultimate goal as to why I'm re-recording, as to why I'm taking this anew, as to why I'm doing this differently.
Okay. A lot of times too is sometimes I won't, like there are upwards and downwards, and I don't do the up when it's supposed to be up. You know, sometimes I have this I don't know, blindness to approaching that and seeing that it's an upward until after I hear it. Then when I do a re-recording, and if I have to re-record it, then I know I got to go upward.
Yeah.
You don't know it's stale until you hear it.
That's where a little bit of direction will come in, you know. And when you're not self-directing and somebody else is on the line with you, you know, they'll catch that. They'll be like, stop, can you put a down note on that instead of up talking it? And, you know, then they move right along. So,
yeah,
that'll help.
But still, when you're trying to land the audition,
when you're trying to land the audition, then it's
you don't want to depend on on
yeah, just
on nobody, on somebody
know,
being there.
you'll kind of, as you adjust along in this, you'll start learning to listen to yourself more.
Uh-huh.
And like how I was saying, I caught myself, and I had to just keep plowing through anyway. But I caught myself sliding off into that slight draw, you know.
Right.
I knew it was there, but now I could have just saying, okay, look, I need to take this from the top, or I could just keep going, you know. And what I was focused on more than anything else was just the performance side of it, and then I would adjust my dialect later, you know.
Right.
Well, I think this is a pretty good note to end off on. What do you think, Nathan?
I think so. And remember, everybody, there won't be a next Saturday. There will be a Monday, and that will be May 8th at 7 o'clock. The mic check gets kicked off with a brand new mic check.
7 Eastern
Monday,
or
May 8th
Pacific.
at 7 p.m.
For those who
Pacific.
have,
7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
and I
Specific.
believe that's going to be a really good time, and we're going to have a good time because, well, hey, this is
We
a
always
mic
do.
check, and we like
That's how
to
we roll here, yo.
So with that, we're going to end this recording, and we will catch you guys Monday, May 8th.